Hello Summoners, welcome to MainDeck Masters. I'm your host Jacob, and today we've got a match with James on the left playing Fabled Beasts with Alice, and David on the right playing White Control. We've got a list popping up on screen for you guys to check out, as well as links for them both will be in the description below. This is going to be a fun match to watch, so grab some snacks, grab some drinks, and get ready to enjoy some good old BSS content. David is going to start us off. He's going to go ahead and start with that Fortress Metropolis Newman City. A great turn one play with white. Always ready to drop that elephant or anything else on turn two. James is just going to play a Phantasmal Paradise and pass. Probably the best play for yellow going first. And David's going to pay 4, and he's just going to go ahead and drop that Sleepless Guardian Frost Tiger. It's a machine beast, so that Newman City is going to count for 3 symbols when he plays it. James is going to pick it up and check it out, make sure he knows what he's getting into with that Frost Tiger. Looks like James is paying 3, and he's just going to drop down a Blessed Cathedral. He's got double Nexus, and then he's going to play the Great Eagle Theazi. This is a promo that's going to be coming out in the locals tournaments and everything in the promo pack for set 3. When it's summoned, he can reduce something by 2k. It's not going to do much to that Frost Tiger right now, but he's just going to swing in with it, and David's going to take it because his Frost Tiger would die if he decided to guard with it. So David's going to go down to 4 and pass on over. David's going to play the Dimensional Rift and pull out an Elk right off of that Dimensional Rift. Now, he could have played the Elk by itself because it's a machine beast, so I'm not entirely sure why he decided to play the Dimensional Rift. But he decided to play the D-Rift on that Elk. He's going to pass on over to James, who plays the Hippocampo. He's going to exhaust that Phantasmal Paradise and draw off of that Hippocampo. Let's see what he decides to do. He's going to core up his Blessed Cathedral and pass on over to Dave. Dave's not taking any damage, so James is going to take that damage, which should be in his trash, but he put it in his reserve from the Elk. Let's see what Dave's got in store for us. He's just going to core up that Newman City. So when he blocks, everything's going to be a lot bigger. Put that Elk to level 3. And he's going to go ahead and attack with that Frost Tiger. It is a 4k. And I don't think either of James' spirits are able to survive from that 4k attack. James is going to block with the Theazi and draw and ramp from the Blessed Cathedral. And David's just going to pass on over to James. He got rid of a card. James did get to draw and ramp from it, but David's just like, I'm going to play the slow game. I got Elk out turn 3, so if you can't deal damage to me, then you're just going to keep taking chip damage. James is going to play out another Phantasmal Paradise. I bet he's very happy about that. 2 Paradise within the first 4 turns. And then he's just going to straight up play that 10 Millennia Turtle Genbu. It's got 3 cores on it. It is level 2, I do believe. And that Hippocampo is unblockable from the Genbu. And James, yeah, he's just going to take the Bless trigger, and he's not going to take damage from Elk. He's just going to pass on over to David. He's like, yeah, I got Genbu out, and what are you going to do about it? Let's see how David responds. He is removing cores. Let's see what he decides to do. He's going to pay 4 for a merged Mech Lord Mammoth Aegis. He's going to be at fewer cards in hand and fewer life than James, so he is going to draw a card and add a core from the void to his life, putting him back up to 4. David does love his Mammoth Aegis. Let's see what he decides to do here. He's not going to be able to do much against James. James is going to take the damage going back to 4, and Dave's just going to pass on over. And Dave doesn't have any Vanilla Spirit, so he can't block any of James's attacks. That Genbu is going to go up to level 3, being a 10k. And he's going to play out a Marty Bunny. This is another Fabled Beast. A small one. It is a vanilla, but it's a decent K1 core. Drop it down, draw 2 off of the Phantasmal Paradises, and James has a pretty stacked hand here. Let's see what he decides to do. He's got 5 cores in reserve to work with. And 2, and he's going to play a 3rd Phantasmal Paradise. All right, James, we got all the draw we need, and that Blessed Cathedral is going to go up to level 2, so he's going to get even more ramp and draw. Or is he? Looks like he's paying for a free stall. All right. And he's paying again for another free stall. He's double free stalled up. He's got a board. He definitely has a board. And that Hippocampo is swinging in once again, unblockable. And David's just going to take the damage, and James is going to go back to 5. Dave's going to flip the Absolute Ice Shield. He's like, no, I'm not going to let you continue this attack because those free stalls and that Marty Bunny are all very small, and they will all be destroyed when David decides to block them. So that will restand that Hippocampo, and it will continue attacking unblockable. So David was just like, no, we're just going to Ice Shield this. Let's see if David can get himself out of this position. He is going to play, he's going to core up the Mammoth Aegis. He's paying for a Superbia. These are pretty early lists. I do believe David's definitely cut out the Superbia at this point. He played it, he wanted to see how it worked out, but I do believe he has cut it at this point. But he's playing the Superbia. It's a big boy. It's definitely a big boy. So let's see what he decides to do. He is going to attack with that Superbia. It's level 2, so it's a 10k. So if James wants to block, yeah, he's going to block with the Marty Bunny. Let's see, are there going to be any flashes? There are no flash. So the Marty Bunny is going to be destroyed. He's going to ramp 1, and he's going to draw from each of his free stalls. James is just kind of running away with this, it looks like. And he's just going to, yeah, he's just going to take the damage going back to 4. He's like, whatever. I've got an unblockable Hippo. And at the end of his turn, David's going to put 3 cores from the trash onto that Superbia from its Wind Summon effect. I don't know what Dave's going to do here. He's got to get rid of that Genbu somehow. And even if he gets rid of the Genbu, James probably has another one in hand, just waiting for when that Genbu gets destroyed. James is going to pay 4 and 3. Yep, see, that's exactly what I said. He throws down another Genbu, so now he's going to be able to put 2 cards unblockable. He can make the Hippocampo and another Genbu unblockable. He's going to play out the Air Vada as well. Ooh, this is a scary board from James. I don't know what David's going to do, honestly. So entering combat, he's targeting the Hippocampo and one of the other Genbu. Nope, in the freeze. No, yeah, there we go. Hippocampo and Genbu. So he's going to attack with the Hippocampo, and Dave's just going to take it. Superbia's effect is going to trigger. Since he took life, he's going to restand the Superbia. And David just taps out of that one. There was no way he was going to come back from that double Genbu on the field. What a wild, explosive opener from James. Let's see how game 2 ends up. All right, so for game 2, David is going to start us out with a Snowbit and a Glass Bear. Snowbit into Hollow Beast Glass Bear. That Glass Bear will ramp a core when it blocks. He's going to pass back over to James. And James is just going to play Phantasmal Paradise Pass. He's like, sure, deal damage to me. You can attack me if you want to. But we've got the Newman City coming out for Dave, and he's just going to pass on over to James. See what James does. Is it going to be another Hippocampo? Looks like he's paying 2. And yes, it is a Hippocampo, triggering the Phantasmal Paradise, and he's going to draw off of that. So James has that set up. He's got that turn 1 Phantasmal going into Hippocampo. He's happy. He's got it. He's just going to pass back on over to Dave, not coring up the Hippo. We do see a Dual Eagle, an Alice, an Exhaust Nexus in James's hand, and an Ice Shield. David, he's just going to play the Seabed Lighthouse and pass. Seabed, a great card. It can be really annoying because if you want like flash an Ice Shield from hand and you're not in white, then you can't flash an Ice Shield from hand, you can't flash a Dream Bomb from hand, and so it's super annoying. James is going to play out the Wonderland Alice, and since he has 2 yellow spirits, since he has 2 spirits on board, he's going to reduce that Snowbit by 2k, destroying it, and David is just going to take the damage going to 4, and James is passing on over to him. some control with the Alice and unblockable with the Genbu. David just draws and passes. All right, well, he put the Newman City up to level 2, so his Glass Bear will be a 5k when it blocks. So let's see, we got another Great Eagle Piazzi. He's going to reduce that Glass Bear by 2k, and David on that Wind Summon is going to draw 4 off of his Star Blessed draw. Hopefully he's able to get himself something good off of that Star Blessed draw. You know, drawing 4 off Star Blessed draw is always good, so let's see if he can capitalize off that. And then the Alice is going to reduce the Glass Bear by another 3k, and it's going to be destroyed. And David's just going to flash the Ice Shield from hand, saying, yeah, you can deal the damage to me, I'll go to 3, but that's the end of your turn. We don't see, I don't think we see a Genbu in James' hand yet. I can't really see too much of what's in Dave's hand, but he's paying what looks like 5. Yep, for the elephant. Paying 5 for the elephant, putting 4 cores on it. Looks like he might be going to town now. He can swing with that elephant. It's a 10k. And he doesn't swing with the elephant. He's just going to pass on over to James. I'm not sure. Like, I really feel like he should have attacked with that elephant. Either kill something or just deal some damage to him, just to get him a little bit further in the game. But he decides not to. Let's see what James decides to do here. He's going to pay 1. Is it going to be a Marty Bunny or a Wonderland Cheshire Cat? All right. So 2-drop new Fabled Beast from the set 3 is going to reduce the next yellow spell he plays by 1. And then he's going to play the Freestall. He's swinging with the Alice, reducing that elephant by 5k. So the elephant's only a 5k now, down from 10 to 5. If David decides to block with it, yes, David does decide to block with it. He wants that ramp and that draw. We do see a suppression in hand. There we go. Yep, he decides to flash that suppression on the elephant. It's going to be an 8k now. So is going to be able to block over that Alice, because the Alice is only a 6k. And yep, James is going to flash that Exhaust Nexus. It's only going to cost 1 because of the Wonderland Cheshire Cat. And then David, he's going to flash the Dimensional Rift, giving it plus 2k again. So the Alice is down to 5k, I do believe. And that elephant is 5 to 8 to 5 to 7. And then another Exhaust Nexus comes out from, oh my god, from James, putting it down to 4. Let's see. Let's see what he decides to do. The elephant's down to 1, and then David's just gonna Dream Bomb that Alice. So he's like, yeah, no, we're gonna Dream Bomb the Alice. It's down to 1, but the Alice is taken care of for now, and he was able to block the Hippocampo. He's gonna ramp 3 and draw 3. What an exchange there. Lots of cards being used in that battle. But ramp 3, draw 3 is no joke. Look at all the cores that David has, so let's see if he can capitalize off this. James does not have a very large board state, so if David can get something big out, then oh, he's got to play the Star Blessed. Even with the draw 3, it doesn't look like he got exactly what he needed. So let's see what he's able to do. He's got a good number of cores. What is David going to play? He's looking at his hand. He must be in that situation. We've all been in that situation where you've drawn so many cards, but you still have nothing. And it just feels so bad because everything you draw doesn't help you in your current situation. But he is going to pay 4, 5, and he's going to bring out another elephant, putting 4 cores on it. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Throw down another elephant. That's another potential ramp 3, draw 3. And he is he going to swing? Are you going to swing, Dave? He is not going to swing. Okay. I don't know. I feel like he could kill a Freestall or just, you know, deal some damage to James. But he's deciding not to. Another Phantasmal Paradise comes down. And James is in the driver's seat. He's going to play an Airvada, exhausting both of those Phantasmal Paradises to draw 2 cards. He's going to pay 3 more, and it looks like another Hippocampo. Is that 2? He pays 2 for another Hippocampo. and passing on over to David. All right. Slowing things down a bit. David plays another Newman City. His elephant's going to be a 12k on the opponent's turn. See a third Newman City in David's hand. We see, I think, a Dream Bomb and a few other things. I think he has a Dimensional Rift. Yep. See, there's the Dimensional Rift. And he's going to bring out the Frost Tiger. Okay, so he's paying 3 to bring out the Frost Tiger instead of 4, so we can put 4 cores on it, which makes sense. That Dimensional Rift giving him that 1 core difference, and now he's gonna start swinging. So the elephant attacks, the Frost Tiger attacks. James is gonna go down to 3, and David's gonna refresh everything. Let's see if James is able to find that Genbu. If he can find that Genbu, then white's got a tough time against yellow, especially with Genbu, because you're not really playing, especially in white control, you're not playing any vanilla spirits. But with the way the meta is currently, and like I said, this is pretty early, James is playing that Alice back out. With the way the meta is currently, with how strong Fabled Beast is, I think if you want to be able to play white control, you need to play at least a playset of a strong vanilla, just so you can guard that Genbu turn. If they throw an unblockable Dual Eagle or an unblockable Hippocampo at you, you can still guard that. But I do like the Alice in this, because the Alice is going to make something weak before you go in with the Genbu, with the unblockable. So even if you have a vanilla, like a strong 8k vanilla, if that Alice reduces it by 4 or 5k, then it's only a 3k, and it's not going to destroy the unblockable card, it's going to get destroyed itself. So either way, David does block that Alice, and James ramps a core onto that Alice because it was destroyed, technically, from the battle. So he's going to just get a core onto it and keep it on the field exhausted. It looks like there's an Elk in David's hand. It looks like maybe he's playing the Elk. He's going to play a D-Rift into the Elk, so it costs 1 less core. And putting that Elk up to level 3, so it's a 10k. It can't be destroyed when it blocks, and now he's like, if he has suppression in hand, then he's just getting rid of the Frost Tiger. Okay, he's just straight up getting rid of that Frost Tiger. He's like, okay, I'm just gonna put this Elk down. It's gonna be a 12k. He probably has a suppression or an Infinity Shield. So as long as James does not have that Genbu, then he's gonna be put on that timer. See what James decides to do, swinging with that elephant. Ervada is going to block. He does have a 2 cost in the drop to Cheshire Cat. So the Ervada is going to be destroyed, and he's going to call out that Cheshire Cat. No burst, no Star Blast draw from David, it looks like. I mean, you attack with the Elk, even if you kill something. You kill the Cheshire Cat and James draws off of the freestall, but you're still going through James's field a little bit. I mean, he does have another Ervada to call back out that Cheshire Cat, but what are you gonna do in this situation? You just gotta kind of do what you need to do. Though letting James draw does get him closer to the Genbu, so we'll see. A Crocodile in James' hand. I wonder if he's going to play that out. Gonna pay 1 for another Cheshire Cat. Drawing 2 off of those Phantasmal Paradise. He's just burning through that deck with those Phantasmal Paradises. Paying 1 more. See Marty Bunny come out, and yeah, he's just filling his field with Spirit so that Alice... He's just filling the field with Spirit so that Alice can reduce either the elephant or the Elk by a crazy amount. And another Hippocampo comes down. So we've got 8 spirits on the field. That's gonna be minus 8k when the Alice attacks. Not enough to kill the Elk or the elephant quite yet, but it's still it's 8 spirits to 2, so it's still a pretty scary field. Alice is gonna swing, reducing something by 8k. I'm not entirely sure if he's reducing the elephant or the Elk. Probably the Elk. If only it was 9k though, because if it was 9k, then one exhaust nexus would make that elk, you know, would make that elk a 0 and destroy it. But he's just swinging. Okay, it looks like he got rid of the elephant. It looks like he reduced the elephant because the elk technically destroyed the Alice. And then we got the Infinity Shield coming down, and that elk can block for the rest of the turn. And with it not being able to be destroyed, it basically ends James' turn. And he did not deal damage, so James is gonna go down to 2. Let's see. Is there a Derm Dyna in this deck? I can't remember if David is running Derm or not in this build. He better hope he is. He's playing another Newman City, so it looks like he doesn't have it in his hand if he is running it. But yeah, he's just going to swing with the elephant. The Marty Bunny is going to be destroyed, and James is going to draw off of it, swing with the elk. The freeze stall is going to be destroyed, and he's going to call that Marty Bunny back out. And that's it. Dave's down to like 2-3 cards in hand, and James, all he's got to do is draw a Genbu. That's really all he's got to do. We do see a Burning Force in his hand, ready to destroy some of those Nexus, maybe the Seabed Lighthouse, but I honestly think he's just looking to play more spirits and take David out. We do see another Thiazi come out, so he's going to reduce something by 2k, which is the elk. Okay, the elk is down to an 11k, it looks like, because he's got the 3 Newman City at level 2. And we see another Alice. Ooh, double Alice can kill that elk. We are at 8 spirits. We are at 9 spirits on field. So he's going to reduce the elk by 9. So the elk is down to 4k, it looks like. 13 minus 9, 4k. And Dave's like, nah, I'm just going to flash this Ice Shield. And James does not have a spirit in reserve, or James does not have a core in reserve for his Ice Shield to be able to put him back up to 2. Yeah, it goes to the trash. He's like, oh, it goes to the trash. Yep, he's down to 1. So I don't think Dave can get through this again unless he has Derm Dyna. So if he draws it, it does not look like he drew a Derm Dyna. It's a Mammoth Aegis. So he's putting another Ice Shield down. He's got a Glass Bear, an Aegis, and another Seabed Lighthouse, I think, in his hand. Yeah, he's not really got anything here. Or is that a suppression? It might be a suppression. I'm not entirely sure. Kind of hard to see his hand. But let's see. He's going to put that Seabed Lighthouse up, and that elk's huge. That elk is going to be huge. 10, 13, 15k, I think. I think Seabed increases your level 3 spirits by 2k. Oh, we just saw James draw into that Genbu, another Genbu and an Ice Shield. So it looks like it might be over here. He's got enough cores. He definitely drew into 2 Genbu. And let's see him pay 4. Go ahead, James. We know you want to. Pay 4. Pay 4. There we go. Pay 4 for the Genbu. Draw 2 off the Paradise. You can pay 4 more. Do it. Do it, James. Pay 4 more. What you doing? Paying 3 for a Blessed Cathedral. Okay, I mean, good enough. But that Genbu is going to target the Hippocampo, and the Hippocampo is going to swing, and he's going to get that Blessed Trigger, unless there's like an inescapable Avalanche or Dream Bomb. He will get that Blessed Trigger, so he'll take the damage, but he's going to be able to flip that Ice Shield. Yes, taking him back up to 2. Well, I mean, does David draw the Derm? That's really all. No, it looks like he drew a Snowbit. So I think he doesn't have an Ice Shield. I think it might be over for David. Yeah, he plays the Snowbit out, And next turn, James is going to be able to play the next Genbu out, and he's going to have double unblockable. David is only at 2 life, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get it here. He's going to play Mammoth Aegis. He's not going to heal, but he will draw. And then he's swapping his cores around. Yeah, I think it's over here. I think James definitely has it. He's going to swing with the... Oh, he's trying to draw. He's trying to draw into like an Ice Shield or something. I'm not sure if he got it. He's going to swing with that Elk. Alice is going to block and ramp a core onto her. Yep. James is just getting some additional cores. He's going to block with that other Alice. The Aegis is going to attack. James is going to block with that freestall, and he's going to draw and ramp a core, ramping the core from the Blessed Cathedral and drawing off of the freestall itself. Yep, let's see that next Genbu come down. It is Jover for David. Gonna throw down another Ice Shield, most likely into the burst zone. And he's paying the cores for another Alice. Are you serious, James? And a dual Eagle. He's like, I don't need both Genbu, I just need one. He's only exhausting one Phantasmal Paradise. That's interesting. He's probably worried about deck out. Putting that Genbu up to level 3. And let's see, he's going to enter combat, choose the Hippocampo. Hippocampo is going to swing unblockable, and Dave was like, yeah, I don't have enough. I do have he does have the Infinity Shield and a suppression, but that's not going to do anything when it's going to kill another spirit, and then the Hippocampo is going to restand and be able to attack again. Very strong showing from Fabled Beast. We all know that it's incredibly strong. And I do like the version with Alice to be able to reduce the opponent's spirit's BP and everything, and having kind of a pseudo, you know, unkillable blocker, especially if you have a suppression or something like that. Definitely a really cool build. But remember, guys, if you want to be able to defend against Fabled Beast, you definitely need to run at least a play set of some strong vanilla in your deck so you can block that unblockable turn, but they may just have that Pocket Alice to destroy it with by BP reduction before you're even able to do anything about it. I hope you guys enjoyed that game of very strong 2-0 from James against the white control. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. It helps out more than you think. Drop a comment down below telling us what you thought of this game and these lists. We definitely have more Set 3 Battle Spirit Saga gameplay to come, so stay tuned for that. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.